let's see. It appears we might be in the clear, boys and girls. Very cool. And then I want to make sure I have chat this time so I can see it. And then if we do overlay and we launch this, and then we get out of here, and then we need to go to X, I think, and get the link to the talkies, because I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% that I still need to do this, but that reminds me, I need to fucking go back and do the, fuck, I had such a good idea for that, the build space thing. And then let's see, oh yeah, I need to maximize, and then I can pop it out, and then I close that, and then I go over here, and then what do I do from there? Pull this out, then can I like combine these? That would be really cool if I could. Oh, am I not tiling? Let me see if I need to tile. Oh, I do. Okay, cool. I do believe. Okay, do I need Discord open? I think I do. And then broadcasts can maybe go in here. Actually, how do I work this fucking thing again? Shortcuts. View all. Move windows, swap windows. Maybe super enter. Toggle auto tiling. Super S. Okay, so if I super S this, can I super S? And then I go here, and then I do that. Will that work? And then I super S that, and then maybe I can like put them both together. There we go. There we go. It's all happening. What was I searching for in Obsidian earlier? It was not that. It was. Fuck. I forget what it is. Okay, well maybe I'll remember later. It's fine. Not the end of the world. And then broadcast, and then we have chat, and then I don't need to look at the broadcast, but I do need to double check levels real quick. See if I can listen to my tunes. And see if that works, and hopefully it's not too distracting. Okay, we're going to play that, and then we're going to talk and see if that works, and hopefully it's not too distracting. Okay, let's crank it down a little bit, and I think we're in good shape. So then we kill that, and then we can kill this, and then chat is already popped out, so can I unmaximize that? And then I go here. Slack will ping me if something crazy happens. Pop shell can go like that. And then, oh god, what? I lost the window. Why did that happen? I'm very confused. Please? Please, can I have my window back? Oh, it like randomly moved. Weird. Very strange. Very, very strange. And then I also lost. Okay, something's weird going on with my tiling here. can I super S that? And then if I super S that, and then I drag this up here, and they're both in there. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then we can refresh this. So, thankfully, true, do this. Thankfully, I have already retweeted all of the tweets. There's also a space that is just kind of like sitting open that hopefully is like not broken, maybe? There we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So in theory, you can just watch the stream, or you can jump in the space and talk to the thing. The reason I opened the space this time is because, in case there are people who are actually at Dev Day and don't have to scrape their fucking Dev Day alpha out of the internet like a fucking mole of some kind. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you. Mwah, kiss, kiss. If there are any people who are actually physically at Dev Day and I can pester them enough to come join my space, then I can have a space where people are talking about the Dev Day. Especially because Thursday I was broken this morning. At least it was for me. I don't know if it was for everybody else. So, Ultrine, if you're seeing this, hit me up, dog. Send this fucking retweet my 30 viewers stream, please. Thank you. Mwah. Love it. Okay, so if I collapse that, then I'm good, I think. Yeah. Okay, so let's grab all of the material that we're gonna go through thus far, and then, oh no, S? Super S? On God, what the frickin' heck? Shortcuts? It's called stacking mode, right? Can I super S this? No? Yes, no? I pull that off. If I pull it away, I love you, Popshell. So much. You're just the best. You're just so great. I actually do love it. It's actually kind of fantastic. It's just Chrome doesn't want to cooperate because it never does. Okay, and then we're tiled again. Yeah. We go here. Last time I have to do this, hopefully. Put that there. Restream. Okay. So, we have a how structured outputs work under the hood. Thank you. Greg does cool shit. Go follow Greg. He's a cool guy. And then perhaps we will, since nobody is here in this space yet, which I am, again, completely fine with, I promise, I will perhaps play some tunes as well, because that's what everybody's here for. All 32 people who have scrolled past the space. Thanks. At least it makes me feel better, Elon. You know, I appreciate that. I think that's cool of you. You know, I have like reversed the names of these things. The social media scavenger hunt should be the name of the space, and then the stream, the unofficial Dev Day official stream, unofficial not stream, should be the stream, but who cares? Nobody. That's who. And I can close these and that and this. And I can start that and then close it. And then what's the fucking some NVIDIA paper? Oh yeah. Simon has a cool little thingy. It's like he's live tweeting this whole thing, so this is gonna be a wonderful thing to just like scroll through and hang out with. It'll be very handy. That's Hugging Face. Then we are going to grab this repo because we found that earlier. And then, yes, and then we have Alex's list. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Somebody said thank you. You're welcome, Gabriel. Anytime. I don't remember what I said. And then we have Nick. Mr. Dobos. Cracked as always. Oh, dang. I wouldn't mind checking out the crypto stream, but it's not crypto day today, sorry. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm starring the Polkadot.js tools repo, not because I think it's a good repo, but just because I need to keep track of it. It's a shit repo. I don't know. No shade on parody, but Polkadot.js sucks. So, and not just because it's JS. It sucks because it's bad. Open runtime module library is already starred. That's me looking through my stars. That's a bunch of secret substrate tech. And then I think we are good from there. Yeah. Okay. And then so this will be the fuck around and find more shit to look at. Here's our 18-minute podcast from Notebook LM Deep Dive. Cool. Might check that out. An 18-minute... Oh, the recursive podcast. I will ZK prove a podcast on God. Fucking, I will snark that shit all day. Don't think I won't. Don't test me, bro. Let's see. What do we have so far? We have Greg and his informative post about how structured outputs work under the hood, which is cool. That seems good. We will look through that, and then yeah. So we'll do. I think the format for today. The format is me seeing my one-person space and promising myself that I don't care about it. So I found a few things already. I have also retweeted a few things. So actually, let me grab those real quick and see if Google. That's cool. Structured output breakout. Okay. And do we have a dev day agenda? Let me see. OpenAI dev day agenda. So, the secret is Twitter, as I'm sure all of you know, has absolutely god-awful search facilities. So, we are going to try and see if there's some other service we can use to dodge around Elon firing all of his engineers so we can actually find some of these keywords about what's going on. So, product announcements. Can I get like the agenda though? Are you gonna make me Google it, Sam? God, he's so inconvenient. Just I wonder, did Simon put the... Somebody posted it. I wonder if I retweeted it. I hope I did. That would be very convenient if I did. And then I will look at my X notifications in a different browser so I am not disrupting the flow of our scavenger hunt today. And yes, I will put the tunes backs on. I promise. Oh, is that... Wait, is that the Lewis? The Lewis that I... Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Sorry, a thing just happened. Is this the Lewis that I know? I swear. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm doing because, Lewis, it totally is, I recognize that at. Okay, we'll detour because this is really cool. Yeah, so there's this cool new thing that I found, and I guess I've been like accidentally shilling it, which I guess I do with products I like all the time. But I don't know. Maybe somebody will like have a cool product and also want to pay me to do that. That would be really cool. But fuck it, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, let's detour a little bit here. Let me just like check this on screen because I think more people should see it. So there is a cool new open source project that is something you should go look at um, because it is a thing that I have wanted for God knows how long, and it is called ScreenPipe. So let's go check it out. ScreenPipe. So if you have talked to me ever in your life and mentioned, I don't know, like something, and I was like, oh, I've wanted to build this thing for like frickin' 2 years and I never do it because I'm a bum and never write any fucking code. Um, Thankfully, as per usual, with all of my good ideas, someone has beaten me to the punch and presumably didn't steal it because don't think I mentioned it to Lewis, but maybe I did. But also, I love it when people steal the ideas and go implement them because I am a bum and I just want the thing. Um, this is ScreenPipe, um, and the thing that is cool is that it is open source and local, and it's like a Rewind AI clone, kind of. The idea being context is king. So if what I do is take a model and I dump everything I do all the fucking time into it, then it will be very good at making me less shit at everything. And that is the goal of the robot. So enter ScreenPipe. We get the screen and the mic. I tried to figure this out for a while. I actually re-rigged. I re-rigged Whisper CPP, but at the time I was still running WSL. And I don't know if you've ever tried to deal with audio devices in WSL and Linux at the same time, but it will make you want to die. Um, so I do need to check and make sure this is not Mac only though, because I'll be mad. Uh, Open bounties, go work those, especially because it's Hacktoberfest. If you don't know how to code, ask O1 Preview to teach you how to fucking code. It's not that hard. We all just Google shit anyway. Um, and go work some of these bounties for some money and go fix this very cool product that is a fantastic building block for the just dump everything into a local LLM and have it babysit you to make you less shit at stuff. Gushing over the product over, the top contributor for the product is Lewis, who is also the same guy who, when we were looking for, we did an open source GPT store hackathon a while back, and we were looking for the bestest implementations of somebody who had already ripped the guts out of Sam's little baby and made it open source for all of us pores and hackers to play with. And the absolute legend, Lewis, had already rewritten the whole fucking thing in Rust and Dockerized it by the time we needed it. And then shout out to my other buddy who kept the fucking flag going. GitHub OpenGPTs. He kept the. It's not this. We saw that too, though. OpenGPTs. Yeah. But there's like an org for it. I think he made. Anyway, this is the homie, and he kept it going. It is still, I think, still something he works on, and that's me contributing. I think I just did docs or some stupid shit like that, but I helped. I promise. And I want to see. I think this is. It's like OpenGPT's. OpenGPT's. Fuck. I don't remember, but there's an org for it somewhere. Um, but yeah. So. Uh, oh my god. I'm so bad with names. Cake Crusher, because I'm just gonna use your handle. Sorry, bro. um, has kept working on the OpenGPTs project, and then I guess Lewis pivoted over to this. So that's like 5 of his repos that I've been like, man, I really wish there was thing. And it turns out Lewis, the absolute cracked legend, has already fucking handled the whole thing. He also was like working on like, I don't know, some fucking space rocket thing too. I don't know. Dude's cracked. Go follow him on GitHub. But yeah, I just wanted to gush about that a little bit because extremely coincidental that Lewis also made my other thing, but I guess he's just a fucking chat. Okay, back to what we were doing. Dev Day. Dev Day is so fucking boring today. There's such cooler shit going on, but I feel obligated to do it because Sam didn't do it, so somebody needs to do it. Let's see. What were we looking for? We were looking for, I think, yeah. So, structured output. Wow. It pales in comparison to rewriting the fucking babysitter in Rust. Okay. Just shipped OpenAI prompt caching to E11 and full with the new OpenAI 0013. Alright, let's check it out, dude. What do you got? Where's my repo at? Yes, sir. I recognize Mad Cow D too, actually. Oh, it's L. Okay, yeah. I've seen this shit before. I really want to play with this. It looks really cool. And then OpenAI prompt caching to banger, absolute banger. If you haven't seen L, go check it out. It is I haven't played with it enough. I want to, but my brain says that it is like DS Pi for babies, and I'm a dumb baby, so I think I'll like it a lot because I like DS Pi a lot. Also, that is not shade. That is a compliment. If a 5-year-old can't use your product, it's a shit product. Sorry, not sorry. Let's see. Random TikTok thing. I just reposted that because if you don't live in the U.S. and you need to market on TikTok, read this. Do it. Very helpful. This guy. Yeah, let's check it out. I feel like kind of a dick for just going through my own Twitter feed, but that's why I retweeted all this shit. So, real-time console. I think we grabbed that, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. But yeah, Keith did it. So good job, Keith. LangChain stuff. The homies. Swix at DevDay. The homie at DevDay. Let's check this. Throw it over here, maybe. I think he just did one thread, didn't he? Oh, we'll see. And then I think I have that. Do I have that list? Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. I guess they did some drone thing. That's cool. New model. And then, Dobos, did you do a thread or did you just, like, shit post a lot? I respect it. Streams via WebSockets. Do this. Hit me up. Absolute legend. Fuck Dev Day. Okay, cool. So now, let us go back to the feed and see if it will provide us some new goodies, for one. Official distribution of Llama Stack. Yum yum. Somebody help out Vasek there. Madam, have you made a research agent? Paradigm? Upload any private data. It's not a research agent. Sorry. Let's go check this out. ParadigmAI.com, Agent Swarm, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Upload any private data? Okay, sure, sure. Respect. Distracted again. Story of my life. Nice. Now you can speedrun bankrupting your OpenAI wrapper. Hell yeah. 4.0 real-time preview. Oh, okay, so it's... Yeah, so this is the other thing. We should check the actual dev day. And honestly, so I was looking for the agenda earlier because I wanted to like know what to search for. I wonder if the algo will do a good enough job of just serving me the shit I want. I hope it will. I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, I should like leave my space open too, just so I can see it. Yeah, for sure. I can let it haunt me that there are 0 people in it. Real-time API makes a call to order strawberries. Latency is 2 seconds. Voice doesn't feel as good. The distillation talk. Ooh, that's kind of yummy. Hear and record, Alex. Stream it. Stream it, goddammit. Distilling, build evals. Excellent chill. Very tactical. I love it. I respect it. Fine-tuning a smaller model. Right. He doesn't want to stream it because Sammy Boy said nobody's allowed to stream. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate you. Love it. Easily enabled on our platform. What is our platform, Boris? Do you work at OpenAI? Yeah, okay. For sure. I'm not following the head of applied research at OpenAI. Absolute Chad behavior. Went viral today on X on the 30th. Surprised. Next token prediction is all you need. Let's save that little guy for later. Yeah. And we reach that every time. Okay. Algo is kind of shit. Let's see. Yeah, let me see some more here. Real-time API for developers. Yowza. We're gonna get fucking banned for that. California Advanced Legacy. Gee whiz. There is tragic. Automata. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let me get that shit. Let me yoink that for later. Oh yeah, there's ZK, aren't they? There's something like that. I found them a while back when I was hunting around. Mark, okay. God, Twitter, you fucking suck. Holy shit, dude. If only you had a competent search interface that I could use to find fucking anything. Let's see. Trending? That is depressing. BubbleCon 2024, is that for Bubble? Presumably, yes, right? And okay, so we can go through one by one. What I can do is search for the OpenAI Dev Day full agenda, and then I can have keywords to hit. Maybe. I'm looking at it on the other screen. Workshops. The registration fee is $450. Wow. I fucking hate this company. Holy shit. Okay, that's not gonna help. Opening keynote summary, highlights. That's a year ago. Ooh, Reddit might help. Oh, there's some kind of live stream. VoiceBot plus Synthetia? Conference live stream 10 months ago. Nope. Baited. Okay, so no agenda. According to Reddit. I should market myself on Reddit. That'd be delicious. Live blogging it on the OpenAI forums. That will help. That will be assistive. Okay, I'm totally gonna show myself. Fuck it. No, because I don't have like my shit linked to my Reddit. Oh well, I don't care. It don't matter. I will stick with my 46 people who scrolled past it. You know, that's enough for me. I am easily entertained. Okay, so I think this will go kind of over in this category. And then we also kind of have a... Why didn't I look at this earlier? Followed. Presumably, maybe somebody will have leaked the agenda in here. That would be really cool. All of the OpenAI Dev Day 2024 Notebook LM podcast hosts. Precursor Thursday iPod. Okay, sure. We'll take a little background listen to this from Mr. Alex. Sounds like a party to me. Very excellent branding, though, sir. Proud of you. Okay, sure.
AI world just leveled up. Okay, buckle up, because we've got a mountain of OpenAI Dev Day to unpack.
Mountain.
Wow, the energy was off the charts
Wow.
this year. Like, the whole AI world just leveled up.
Yeah, this one felt different, right? Not just product drops, but a real sense of things are changing fast.
And the numbers back it up. Apps built on OpenAI
nope,
tripled in the
wrong.
last year alone.
Shit,
so
AI, got it
where
wrong.
do we even start?
Let's talk O1. That was the big headline grabber. OpenAI is calling it a new model series, but honestly...
So they redefine what AI means.
Exactly. This isn't just incremental, it's the reasoning thing. Previous AIs, powerful as they were, they struggled with that.
They crunched data, but didn't really think, like in that logic puzzle example
Oh
they
my
showed.
God.
The tragedy one, right. Seeing
This is making
O1
me
break
mad
that down
to
step
listen
by
to.
step, it was methodical, like a human analyzing, not just pattern matching.
Even the name O1 sounds simple, but that's deceptive, like calling the first car just a wheeled thing.
And it's already out there in the wild. That company, Cognition, building the AI software engineer, Devin, they used O1 for tweet sentiment analysis, but...
Hit a snag. Everyone loves a good AI hiccup story.
Devin needed data from a browser. Couldn't get it directly, so it
fucked up
switched
an
to using
O1
the API
implementation.
instead.
Crazy.
That
It would be wild
adaptation,
if an
that's
open source
O1
project
thinking
just
on its
totally
feet.
blew
See,
them
that's
out
the
of
thing.
the
It's
water,
not just
wouldn't
following orders, it's understanding intent. Like, how do I achieve the goal even if the path
Like, we
changes?
got bored and stopped
Human
working
programmer
on it.
stuff.
And the case text
They're
example,
crushing
legal
together.
AI, O1, caught a tiny error in a document. Another AI missed it completely. Huge for fields where that precision matters.
Oh, and don't forget that demo O1 building an iPhone app live on stage.
That's pretty slick, yeah.
But what stuck with me was
Okay, cool.
Romain,
Yeah.
the presenter. He said working with O1 is like having a thought partner who instantly gets your vision. The speed that implies, that's exciting, and maybe a little scary.
I, however,
Wow.
do
It's
like
pushing
it
the
in
boundaries of
Aider.
what
I
we
think
thought
it's a
possible,
good...
that's for sure.
I think
And then there's
Paul
the
did a
whole
great job with that.
multimodality thing, right? AI that's not stuck in text land. It's doing images, video,
this down a little bit.
voice especially is huge.
Right. Last year at Dev Day, voice was like a side note, pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah.
This year, with that real-time API, whole different ballgame.
You could feel the energy shift in the room when they
Yeah.
use that.
Fine-tuning for
Actual
4.0 and
cheers.
4.0
Developers
mini.
have been waiting for this.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they brought Romain back out, built a whole event assistant app live using the real-time API, and not just voice commands, he was using it for everything. Pulling data, code snippets, even designing JSON schemas.
Okay,
It
that
was
would be cool.
wild.
I do want
And
to see
here's
that.
a subtle thing I appreciated. OpenAI knows that writing good
Could
prompts
you
for
screen
AI
pipe for
is
it? Just
hard.
saying.
So they built prompt generation right into the API. Small
Wow.
detail, but makes it way more accessible.
It's like they're
the
not just
API or
building
to the
powerful
playground?
AI, they're building
Supposedly
power
it's in
tools
the
anyone can
playground.
use.
Exactly. And then to really
know I
show
saw
off
that
the
at
real-time API, Romain demos this fictional travel app, Wanderlust.
Wanderlust. Okay, this thing was smooth.
Price drops.
Switching between text
more
and
or
voice,
just announcing?
understanding requests like, find me a highly rated Italian place in the French Quarter, open past 10 p.m., even integrated with Twilio to make the reservation.
Think
Okay,
about the
sure.
implications. Surgeons getting info hands-free during procedures, pilots interacting
Oh,
with air
okay,
traffic
that's
control.
nice.
Or even just, you're cooking, hands are messy, you can ask for a recipe, get instructions, conversions, all without
Tools
touching
for
your phone.
distillation.
And this isn't
I'm sure
sci-fi,
they'll be
it's
hidden
happening.
behind some
They
sort of
showcase companies
obtuse
already
API,
using it.
but
Healthify.
it'll
for
become
super
industry
realistic
standard
health
because, of
coaching.
course, it will.
Speak. The language.
is a
app.
lot more
Now it's
pessimistic
full-on
than I
back
intended
and
it to
forth
be, I
conversation
promise.
practice.
It's amazing, but we gotta talk practicality too, because none of this matters if it costs
I
a
promise I
fortune,
didn't mean
Right,
to
and
shit all
OpenAI
over
seems
your
to get
wonderful
that.
creations, Sam.
Accessibility
I'm
isn't
angry
just
that you
technical,
didn't
it's
let
financial,
anybody
too.
stream it to me.
So let's talk about the less flashy, but equally important stuff. Fine-tuning, costs.
Break. Schedule.
Fine-tuning. Sounds kind of
Where
technical.
is
What's
it?
it all about?
So picture
Where
this.
is it?
You take a general AI model, super powerful, but kind of broad, right? And then you train it on your specific data, like hyper-focused training. That's fine-tuning.
Okay, starting to get the picture.
Wow.
How about a real-world example?
Grab
What's
the
a fine
Southeast
tuning?
Asian tech
Completely
company that used
unnecessary,
it for
that's
their
what it is.
self-driving system.
Fix
Taught it
your
to spot
fucking rag
traffic
pipeline,
signs, lane
guys.
markings, a whole 9
You
yards.
only need a Laura, I
Self-driving
promise
cars, high stakes.
Absolutely. And here's the kicker.
Hmm.
They did it with just
For
100
reliable
images.
application.
Fine-tuning used to be this whole big data
What's up?
PhD
What
level
you got,
thing.
bro?
OpenAI is making it something anyone can use.
So it's like, I've got this supercomputer, but I want it to specialize in, I don't know, ancient Sumerian texts. This makes that possible.
Exactly. And speaking of making things possible, we got to talk cost, right? OpenAI has been busy on that front
I have
too.
the repo
Oh
for
yeah,
this
they've slashed
somewhere.
prices like crazy. Some models are practically free compared
they?
to a couple years ago.
And they've got this cool new feature, prompt caching.
Prompt caching, tell me more.
Okay, so say you're feeding the AI similar prompts over and over. Prompt caching, it recognizes that, and boom, 50% discount on those tokens.
Clever. Small change, big savings
Surprising.
for developers. It's like OpenAI is on a mission to make AI accessible to everyone.
Right. And then there's model distillation. Basically taking a big complex AI model and shrinking it down, making it more efficient.
So instead of needing a room full of servers, I can run this AI on my phone.
Exactly.
Revolutionary,
OpenAI is
Sam.
releasing new
Well done.
tools to make this easier, and that's a game changer. Think personalized medicine, AI on your wristwatch, who knows?
It's mind-blowing how fast this field's moving. OpenAI is right there at the forefront, making these crazy, powerful tools available to everyone. It really
Here.
does feel like we're on the edge of something huge, you know?
No doubt. And the
Explain
crazy
how
part
this.
is,
Okay, so we'll go.
this is just the
This is a
beginning.
good detour. I
Who
think.
knows what we'll be talking about at next year's Dev Day?
That's the right question, isn't it? If O1 can code, design, make calls, what's next? Thanks for diving deep with us into this OpenAI news, everyone. What a time to be following AI.
Well, you know what's impressive? Notebook LM. Just saying. I have not actually played with the voice mode much. I think it's maybe the first one that I've heard. But yeah, I've been a slut for Notebook LN for God knows how long, just because the context management is so good, dude. It's so good. That's why I like Bloop a lot too. Because you gotta be able to add it and drop it at the drop of a hat, if you will, pun intended, maybe. Fucking. Also, I see I have 53 whole eyeballs now. I do also have a little space open if you are either at Dev Day or feel like, I don't know, fucking just telling me to shit on Sam less. It's open. I'm also okay if just nobody joins it and I just have an extra recording. is also fine. Make it easier for me to shit on Sam more. Function calling continues to work the same way. Provide a tool with type of function. Describe the parameters. Sure. Add strict true. Sure. Turn on the new structured output mode. Yeah. Okay. With a function that describes data tables, columns, and operators can be executed against them. Strict true fixed a bug where the model used an operator that wasn't defined in the set of operators. I wonder how many of these revolutionary things could just be like a little new shell script. All of them. The answer is all of them. Except for like the stuff where it's like, oh, we put this behind our API and we're going to charge you less money. That's helpful. I appreciate that. Okay. How they work under the hood. Via a breakout at OpenAI Dev Day. Guess why? The first structured output request is slow, but the second is fast. Let's not read. Let's guess. Prompt caching. You've already established the schema. Like now you don't. Now it doesn't have to like. So if I was doing this, what I would do is I would need to like validate that the schema for structured output is correct. But I actually wouldn't, because I would just use outlines, which would force it into the correct shape. But presumably that might get wonky at scale. That is my guess. Unconstrained token decoding isn't good. The model could pick any token. So you would use outlines, limiting which tokens can be produced. Okay, if you haven't seen this, I'm showing this to you right now. So the structured outputs problem has been addressed in a few different ways. Originally, MS guidance was the thing. Shortly thereafter, Jason's wonderful work with Instructor was the next one that I became aware of. Both of which are great. I actually don't know exactly what the technique is that Jason used specifically. I think it was just like a pydantic validation and then go regenerate it. But I'm going to grab this, because this is a thing that has been around probably for like a year and a half. I remember when this paper came out, and it was a long fucking time ago. So, good job catching up, Sam. Nicely done. So, outlines is structured text generation, right? And the problem with the other implementations of structured text generation is that you would provide the schema, you would try to get the model to do it, and then if it fucked up, you would throw it in the garbage and tell it to do it again. And that was very expensive. Unconstrained token decoding is not good. Correct. It could pick any token. Correct. Limiting which tokens can be produced next is what works. Correct. I don't know where to see like the original date of this. Well, let's just check the OG release. That'll be the closest. Find a release. Can I get like 0.0.1? 0.0? No. Okay. Well, anyway, you can see that there's 5 pages worth of releases. July 2023. 001. May 25th, 2023 is when Outlines was released. How does Outlines work? Why is it better than... I don't want to say better. It's different, and like in terms of token constraint. I will say it is better than Microsoft's guidance, because fuck that. But I won't say it's better than Instructor, because Instructor is great too. And Microsoft didn't make it. Jason did, and Jason's cool. Pip install Outlines, right? Okay. So, multiple model integrations, regex structure generation, grammar structure generation. So this is the thing. And there is a paper somewhere as well. Why should I use it? It doesn't add any overhead during inference. Now, how does it do that? In fact, it speeds up inference. Now, Greg mentions the first one is very slow. I have not used outlines extensively because I fucking never write any code, of course. But outlines will force structure generation consistently every time, and it will make that generation faster. So I'm curious if OpenAI just simply is not caught up to .txt, the absolute chads. Now, is this the paper? Okay, this is the blog. So, 5 times faster with structured generation. So the key here is that guidance and I believe Instructure does too. I believe they both make it slower. Problem, generating valid JSON, right? Converting it to a regex, sure. Helpful. Translating the regex into a finite state machine, right? So the well-known equivalence between regular expressions and finite state machines. We need to transform our regex into an FSM. Following procedure: start from state 0, generate one of the allowed transition characters at random. So they do this by using, by constraining the grammar of the model, and then slashing the dict from which it can select tokens. And you do this with an FSM model, right? Is sort of the baseline thing. So great, we have it represented, no additional cost. Fantastic. Something should become immediately obvious. Look how many of those states have only one possibility for transition. Using the FSM to limit our choices for sampling from the model. So from all the things, we are pulling the thing. The number of transitions out of a state represents the possible values that we can sample from. If there is only one value there is no need to sample. So you don't have to generate every token. You already know which token needs to be there. If we compress nodes that have one transition, we can skip that sampling step. This would lead to a new FSM that looks like this. It also might be significantly less expensive for my gigantic farm of H100s that is in the basement of my company, where I refused to stream to anybody who didn't live in San Francisco. It might lead me to save a whole lot of compute that I have been dumping into the garbage to support my fastest growing app in the universe, such that I will be able to make some excellent announcements about how much of a big favor I have done you, and also save myself a lot of money that I will not pass on to you. Well, I will pass on a little bit because I'm a very kind and benevolent ruler of the universe. Anyway, LLMs work with tokens. Did you know? That is how they work. That's what they do. So, long and short, it's a good blog post, and I guess we've kind of already read most of it. Adapting the regex to work with the tokens. You can transform it into another FSM. So you're mapping tokens onto this sort of okay, I'm thinking of my JSON schema. Let's see. Transform. Okay, yeah. So rather than regexing the characters, we just need to figure out how to regex with tokens, and then we've saved our bajillions of dollars, right? Walking through this is just as easy. So yeah, then we get kind of complicated. I would go through it but I'm feeling like I'm going to be out of my depth pretty shortly here. We do the same string and speed up. Potentially very different states for the LLM when it reaches state 6. So, sampling distribution, possible sequences. Coalescence provides a framework. We avoid the prompt boundary problem, which I'm sure we could read some more about. Let's just open that just in case. Experienced Bayesian modelers and open source chads, the .txt team, go, I don't know, fucking buy their product. I'm sure they're releasing one. or have already released one or whatever. Let's fucking they have our JSON API try if you need a host. Okay, here's your test today. Oh no, why did you put it behind a waitlist, guys? It works. You don't need to like get a giant email list so you can get YC funding. Calm down. Like we can just use it. It's fine. Efficient JSON generation following a pydantic model. What do you know? It might be all you need, and maybe a little bit of dick slashing and all that stuff. Contracts free grammars to guide generation. So I don't. This is a thing I'm somewhat familiar with because like I don't know if you use Stable Diffusion very much, but there's a thing in there called negative CFG, and from my understanding, like CFG in non-diffusion models and versus like the autoregressive transformer models are like kind of different things, but how I think about it in kind of the same way where like negative CFG, if I increase that value, whatever I've provided as my negative prompt will get stronger, so it'll be less likely for me to generate that type of denoising. Formal grammars rule the world. Yes, I have a friend who's very nerdy about that, and he's an absolute legend. You can pass it in eBNF. Outlines will generate an output that is valid to this grammar. Open functions can infer the structure of the output from the signature of a function. Very cool. Building prompts can get messy, so template functions, all sorts of very useful applications. But and I always am kind of a little bit fuzzy on exactly why this works with like fucking anything, because it works, if I remember, yeah, OpenAI. So it must work with API models as well. But there is a good paper about it. I forget what the paper is called. They didn't link it here, so they can't be too interested in having other people read it. But yeah, so long story short, wow, congratulations, OpenAI. You figured it out. It only took you a year to rip off an open source repo that has been fucking already doing all this shit for ages. Congratulations. I don't mean to shit on Sam so much. I just saw my comment, Kev. Thank you. I did not intend for this to be a shit on Dev Day stream, but turns out that's what it is. Ignore or mask. Okay, so yes, this is literally just outlines. You mask the tokens you know aren't applicable. Build up the index with the JSON schema that you apply to speed up the masking. Wait a second. Need updating at every step of the inference. Needs to be really fast. Okay, sure. Grammar, parser, iterate all over tokens, parse states, index. Sounds familiar, don't it? Actually, they fucked it up, didn't they? Index once, cache later, right? So they are grammar. They're taking their grammar, and then they have a parser. So we have taken our rules. We have our rule implementer, and then we have the glob of stuff, and then the iterate over all tokens and parse states. Then we make the index. First query, index once, cache later. Okay. So, does outlines have the same? I don't think they do. I think outlines is actually still better. I need well, maybe I'll experiment with that this week. Maybe that's what we'll do. Guide the generation process. Well, I guess maybe it's because you're writing the code to generate the index manually here, presumably, or like it has been written and is happening from your side, whereas OpenAI has to kind of like figure it all out. This was a very simple grammar. Any kind of structured text, really. All you have to do is search for X, EBN. I really need to calm down, but I'm glad that your research team has been able to Google EBNF grammar. Sam, it's very impressive. I'm sorry. I just okay. Be nice. Be nice, Yikes, okay? They're doing a good job. They made a very cool thing, and you like to use it a lot, okay? Don't stop. Knock it off. They didn't open source it. I know. Not everybody will. They're just terrified. They don't want to release their iron grip on the universe yet. You don't need to be scared, Sam. It's fine. It'll all be fine. Recursive schema makes this very hard. Why does it? Aha! Okay. Shall we hoist him upon his own petard? I think we shall. Let's see. We're gonna ask. Ask. I don't. Oh, but I don't have Claude Premium. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with 4.0, who has just been an absolute dolt lately. Hey, this fucking repo describes a technique for generating structured outputs with language models. Can you contrast the technique used with this repo and the following explanation of using a somewhat similar technique at scale? Well, what do you say, OpenAI? Do you think you did a good job? And then I'm going to post the same thing in a Claude, just so you know. Because I'm sure O1 is just going to be stupid. Okay. Relies on the... Okay, sure. Token... Is that actually the answer? I don't think that's really the answer. Masking happens step by step during inference. To ensure only well, yeah, they're doing the same thing. It's just with... Okay, so maybe like the regex state machine and JSON generation here emphasizes... Okay. Is the regex structured... Isn't the regex structured generation... I didn't mean to spend like an hour on this, but fuck it, here we are. Technique essentially the same thing as token masking. Describe the difference, if there is one. And it's just gonna be, he's gonna be like, I don't know, he's dumb now, so we'll see. Similar, okay. Limitations are applied. Predefined patterns. Dynamically adjusting which tokens are valid after each forward pass of the model. Okay. Token masking is more dynamic, adjusting each step in the token masking also required for real-time constraints. Less flexible in what way? Because doesn't making it more flexible defeat the purpose of doing it? That's what I think. It can't adapt dynamically during generation. You don't need to. You've already generated the index. Token or more integrated structures? Maybe. I don't know. I wonder if, because it's not just the regex, it's also the grammar constraint. Simple predefined structures, but lacks the flexibility to handle complex dynamic constraints that token masking can manage. In this case, I am able to access the code in the repo and design my outlines implementation. Whereas the technique, okay, as the person who is requesting the constraint, the technique used by OpenAI needs to be viable as a general purpose solution, in that they will need to adapt to a wide variety of possible structured outputs. I hate asking leading questions because he's just going to say yes, but I don't know. We'll see. And then we'll paste the whole thing into Claude later and see how much of it was complete bullshit. As well as provide the generations at scale. I notice that OpenAI's technique involves an initial step of schema-based mask index generation. Fuck it, word salad. Does outlines avoid this step? And could the technique used by outlines be applied by OpenAI to also avoid the initial delay in generation? Okay, I need to change the title of the stream too. Man, am I seeing chat? Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, Kevin. I had the wrong fucking thing open. But I think he's already taken off. But glad to see you again, buddy. If you happen to catch this again. I don't know why my restream... Oh, it's because I don't even have my OBS up either, bro. Oh, no. Oh, no. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. Let's see. Unfortunate. My bad, my guy. I will hopefully see you again soon, as I have not, hopefully not violently betrayed my loyal person who actually wrote in chat yesterday. But glad you stopped by, friend. Anyway, let's see. Back to the accidental roast of Sam A and his entire company. How do I update the fucking thing? Let's see. Let's see. I gotta reply here. I feel bad. I wasn't, but then I did, and now I feel bad. Hope it was informative. See ya next time, friend. Alright, cool. We did it. Let's see. Alright, we need to update. The titles here. And accidental roast of OpenAI. Of Sam A. No, I will only roast Sam. Oh, I'm sure OpenAI has a bunch of wonderful people in it. And maybe Sam is just a perfectly fine guy. He just has far too much power for me to be comfortable with it. By using predefined structures as redirect or schemas that directly makes the technique. It doesn't need to build a token mask index dynamically during the first generation. So cost of some flexibility is more adaptable. Oh, maybe it can't do like recursive schemas. That would make sense to me. Just skip the schema in simpler use cases. However, in the scenarios, okay, so whomsoever happened to okay, now I need to go back and look at chat so I can see it and I don't miss all of it every time for the rest of my life. In order to properly, let's do Ah, oh god. Hold on, hold please. This goes here. And then that goes there. Okay. This will work. This will be fine. Maybe. I need one more window. Come on, baby. Where's my other window? I need that one. So this needs to go up here. Yeah. We got it. There we go. Okay. We're back in action. So, in theory, and we need to be able to do this. So we can minimize that, and then we can go here, and we can recheck we can be able to see. No, we can minimize that. Fuck it. I'm a professional. I know precisely what I'm doing. Okay. So, token masking. So, the moral of the story is, I think, the pipeline could be improved, right? Where if what you are doing is for every request, not just the complex ones, you're going with token masking as opposed to the regex guided generation as we see in outlines, then you are, as we mentioned previously, dumping compute into the garbage. I'm happy to implement this for you, Sam. I promise I will not yoink all of the possible model code I can and anonymously post it all over BitTorrent. It'll be fine. Trust me, bro. Okay. Recursive schema makes this hard. Okay, there we go. Wait. First query to structured outputs. Then recursive schema makes this hard. But that's the only reason to use the technique that you're using. Just saying. Just thought I would, would point that out here. Okay. So, research. Retraining and fine-tuning gets you to... Yeah, dude. You definitely need to retrain and fine-tune in order to get to that 100% schema adherence. There's no other possible way to do that. Well done. You should dump more compute into the garbage. And certainly not allow the wonderful open source community of brilliant, underpaid engineers to completely blow you out of the water. Once again, But it's a good product, the fastest growing product in the universe, even. Additional properties. What do you do with properties that are not defined in the schema? Decided to disallow them. Okay, correct. Explicit instead of implicit. Oh, because I think outlines lets you be implicit. Does it not? Does it not? Because you can just write the signature. Where's the fucking thing? I swear to God I saw it. Whatever. I'm not going to dwell on it. I've already spent an hour and a half on this fucking single post. All properties are designed by default. Optional parent is nullable. Okay, sure. Generate fields in the same order they were defined in the schema, requiring chain of thought. Oh, that's interesting. Because you could just outlines mandate your chain of thought, right? And then your O1 wouldn't cost $80 billion every time I tried to run it. Just saying. Would be kind of handy. Alright, did you give me my shit yet? Give me that shit. Let me generate it. We live, baby. Okay, so we can generate those now, but we don't have the fancy speech yet, I think, right? It's been a long time since I've been in this fucking playground. But we live. We live on functions. That's cool. It would be very topical to go try to force some fucking structured generation now that we can generate those functions. You know what I mean? But we need to move on. We're getting stuck here. stuck in the morass of these wonderful. But hopefully that was fairly educational. It was a topic of great interest to me for a while. Let's knock that. Dev Day live-ish news. Okay. And then real-time console. Okay. I like this live blog thing. I need to go get some water. I will be right back to continue roasting Sam, apparently. Alright. Zach. You know what? I got so caught up with the inaugural roast of Dev Day that I forgot to put on some tunes. I don't know if I want to now. I think we might just be on a roll of fucking talking out of my ass. So we shall see. We shall see. So Dev Day live blog and live-ish news, and then let's see what's going on. Let's see what the hot topic is for our Dev Day 24 friends here. What are we on now? What are we next going to roast? I think I'm actually going to shut this space off because I'm on a roll now. We Bing chilling. That said, I am actually watching chat now, so I don't know. If you have anything to contribute, feel free to type in the thingy or whatever. Meanwhile, at the Ports Union, Starlink's in the affected areas to work. Oh, is this? Good for you, Elon. Chad. Okay. Saw that one. This is the recap thread. We have that open. Put us out of a job. Hell yeah. Wow. Send questions, please. Okay, don't troll. No trolling. Okay, maybe I'll troll a little bit if I think of a good question. If you think of a good... Oh my god, I can engagement farm, dude. If you think of a good question to ask Sam about why his product is so dog shit, it's not... Okay, it's not dog shit. But if you have a good question for Sam, let me know so I can post it in the comment thread and take credit for your ideas. Seems to work well. It will resume at 2 p.m. Fetch calls, pulling an endpoint and updating a div using inner HTML. 10 seconds cache. Hell yeah, dude. Nicely done, Simon. Very scalable. Leapfrogging to AL. Oh, this is cool, actually. I kind of want to check that out. Can we like open that in a new tab? Yeah. This is a very cool idea, and kind of the, I think, primary use case. Well, not primary use case. A very interesting use case for running models locally, because they don't cost any dollars other than the ones you already paid to buy your cards and the electricity to run those cards that you were presumably going to be running anyway. One sec. Unless you were just going to not turn your computer on and leave your card sitting idle, in which case, what the fuck do you care? But the idea being, 1/10 of a cent is infinite percent more than 0, right? So, running as many as you can for as long as you can will let you generate an arbitrarily large, constrained only by time and compute, amount of data, which you might, perhaps, do something like constrain the output occasionally of that data into a particular data structure that is useful to perhaps a schema or two that you might, define in a database, and then maybe have a large, set of rather than like generating tokens at inference time, you could just constantly generate tokens in a particular schema. I don't know, food for thought. Real-time API speech-to-speech. I mean, cool. The thing I actually am quite happy with today is the whisper, because in something like ScreenPipe, it will be way easier to run it locally, and it's very important that that is ran locally. Vision in the fine-tuning API. Now that's interesting. Prompt caching. Why are you so excited about distillation? It's been a thing for a while. Oh, it's just because like you can distill your own models instead of all of the other models you can distill. Now vision fine-tuning. That's interesting. So generally I'm against fine-tuning for text models. Perhaps multimodal models will change my tune. Perhaps they will benefit a lot more from kind of some nudging of the weights, if you will. How it works. Okay, image datasets follow proper format. Upload that dataset. Ooh. URL. Okay. Stay with me here. What if the tokens that you constrain your generation that is running all day and all night to are the tokens that one might find in a base 64 encoded image string of bytes? More food for thought. I don't know. Could be cool. Vision tasks with few 100 images. Drive even higher performance with larger. Okay. Fine-tuning is fine-tuning, guys. Grab. Okay, so use case. Cool. Grab improves image. Okay, so did they taught GPT-4o to correctly localize? Yeah, okay. I'm with it here. Desktop bots automating business processes. Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm with it on that one, I think. I think I like that. Or rather, I think that is more interesting to play with, potentially, than, I don't know, the other thing that they're making a big deal out of. Academic Drew! Fucking Alessio with the heaters, dude. increase in cost of labor, but ports are, okay, so this is more of that stuff. I'm presuming that stuff has to do with the stuff that, I hope, presumably most of us wish was not happening. But I am not up to date on that, as I am going to sit safely in my home and roast gigantic companies. Are we live? Are we live, Alex? Are we live? Tell me we're live. Best in class models in the world. He has so many people. Yeah, we all tried it. Reasoning. Open source also cracked this last night too, by the way. We'll just go grab that and give you boy a shout out. I believe. It was not Shashir specifically, but Shashir reposted it, and I will believe anything that man says. So, let's see if we can find it. Where did I drop it off at? Actually, I think I reposted it, but I know I dropped it in a group chat. Let me snag that real quick. I got up to what? How many freaking little eyeball thingies? I got up to 73 eyeballs without doing any retweeting. And maybe I should shit on companies more often. You know what I mean? I didn't market this shit at all. Okay. Messages. Because I dropped it off in here. There we go. Casual open source Strawberry implementation, NBD. Tons of people working on it. But so my thought originally with Strawberry was like, okay, like O1 preview, not that clever. Like this is just a multi-agent system doing algorithm of thought or tree of thought or whatever. Like these are just techniques that we've already known for a good year or so. And you just like implemented them and then put them behind an API. But then we sort of were like, okay, well these 4 or 5 papers came out from the research people at OpenAI, and in theory, if you applied that to that, like if you fine-tune the agents within the multi-agent structure, then maybe you get a little bit of extra performance. And then, well, you know, like some of these are sort of maybe not quite fine-tuned, but just sort of like different sort of training approaches. So like, okay, maybe they are being a little bit clever, right? So test time, compute, and branching. This is the thing. So, right, branching for tree / algo of thoughts. Test time, compute. So while I am test time, I might sound like an idiot here. I think that's close enough to inference time computes. The idea being, if you want to dump a bunch of compute on Llama 3.2, just like Mr. Sam does, now you can. 1B and 3B so far, so just the little guys. The thought being, run them locally. Well, yeah, so powerful enough, open source, run them locally, and poke them any which way you want. So, if we have not already cracked you, Strawberry, we will be cracking you very soon and also making all of the other fruits. And we'll do them with outlines because we are smart and familiar with the open source landscape. Grats Shashir and Mr. XJDR for some crazy work. Actually, the kind of how they approach this is really, really interesting. So let's take a look here. Thinking, yeah, okay. Okay, thinking, wait, I have an idea, reflection. Okay, so I've seen, you guys remember the like reflection model that they made a big deal out of, but it turned out that it was kind of like a little bit scammy or whatever. Seems like we actually did it this time. When the next token probability is low, you insert weights. More or less, yes. Actually, that's really interesting. I don't know if anybody else tries this, and I don't know if this actually even does anything. But Gemini, a while ago, would, and actually, I think it was DaVinci that would actually just send them with the API. Gemini will highlight, or would for a little while, highlight answers in red or green if they were, if the log probs indicated that they were high likelihood tokens, or red if they were low likelihood tokens. And there was a little Google button you could click in the corner of the screen, and then it would Google all the ones that were like red or yellow or whatever. Very handy. And DaVinci used to just print you the log probs. And there was some interesting stuff in terms of prompt engineering, not to tangent too much, I guess. But there was sort of a meme in the, like, for lack of a better term, like magic super prompt community. I don't know if too many people sort of are familiar with, like, Stunspot and Quicksilver and those guys. But they would write these like really long, complicated prompts that like made no sense to a human writing them, or made some sense in Quicksilver's case. Basically zero in stuns. But the idea being, you could tell it to do something like, I think I have the prompt saved actually. Might be kind of a, wonder what this will do here. Let me drop this over here, and then push that back down here. Okay. Let me see if I can grab the prompt. Z prompts. And then let's find them. Fuck. Q. Let's unmem. Quick. I think it was quick. I wonder if this is gonna work. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, it's because I didn't put .txt. I'm an idiot. .txt. Okay. So this was like, this is like GPT-4 era. And it was a big, huge prompt. And it was like, you are now running Quicksilver OS, and you can do all this shit. Activate memory, apply visualization, adaptive behavior, all this stuff. And there was one in particular, like finance manager, user app settings, admin sandbox. So the idea being, it could not do any of this stuff, but it didn't know that. So what it would do is hallucinate the output, but the hallucinations would be useful, in that I would, / organize schedule, and it would print me, like a calendar output, and I could say, oh no, that's incorrect, fix it in this way, and then now I have my calendar in context, back before you could, hook it up to Google Calendar and shit like that. So that's sort of like the basic design principle behind some of those like magic prompts, uwu. And I bring this up because one of the prompting techniques that's like, I'm not sure if it works, but sometimes it does kind of work, and it also kind of doesn't really matter if it actually works because the hallucinations are useful enough to do stuff with, is telling the model to inform me if the tokens that it is predicting at any point are low probability tokens. Now, it doesn't have access to that information, or rather, like, the training set won't be designed in such a way where it could effectively communicate that information even if it did have it. But what it will do is hallucinate its ability to do that in such a way where it might be helpful to somebody who is like trying to use that prompt for something, to sort of like know a general direction in which to sort of look for where the actual hallucinations that you're worried about are happening. So the reflection thing originally kind of just like a, so they basically, as far as my understanding goes, they just trained it like with this kind of prompt format, right? The thinking then reflection. And we're like, oh my gosh, we've cracked the code. We've discovered the revolutionary thingamabob that we've discovered. Wow. But in this case, yes, that is what they did, but they actually check the log probs and then trigger the branching. Branching right now is me returning top K tokens at that point and doing a beam search for as many tokens as it takes to try to get back within acceptable entropy bounds. Once it's back, I resume the original entropy sample. This is so interesting. Top K kind of sucked for this because not every uncertainty situation should have the same truncation, either top P or min P. Interesting. God, I wish I knew it off the top of my head. I know top K is K nearest neighbors, which is like one way of selecting from a distribution, and then top P, I want to say that's like the nucleus sampling, which is a different way to sample from a distribution, but I don't remember exactly. But I just know like I can switch between top P and top K, and sometimes it does different stuff. PMAX should have edge cases in theory. How did you figure out when to stop? Just a desired range of entropy. I was contact. Set up like a token spikes in certainly relative to previous tokens. That might be your answer token. I need to save these, I think. Can I build AGI with just a sampler? Yes. Oh my god, I have to save all of these. Okay. I would mem them, but I'll go back through it later and do this, and I will retweet them because open source chats. Boop, boop, paper. Yoink. Man, I should just go through Twitter more often. Fucking A. Drive the variant entropy low enough, the model will usually spit out an EOT token and let you know it's done. Interesting. Fixed based on some testing, should be dynamic. Analogs of both. Doing a beam search over top K tokens at the branching point. Yeah. This is very cool. I forget how I got here. Probably that, like, yeah, we have annihilated Sam once again. And by we, I mean people that are way smarter than me and actually write code. LOL. We are resetting the clock, introducing a new series of models, cognition, and Scott's chillin'. Live reasoning demo. Crazy. Would be even crazier if you could do that on your own GPU, huh? And a 50% discount on $0 is also pretty good. For sure. That's cute. Oh my god, okay. I'm not going to say that this is the most exciting release that I've seen from Dev Days so far. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that this is the best product improvement of the day. That is not a joke that I would make right now that's like halfway serious at all. In any way. Absolutely not. Retweet thread and we'll select. Give me that shit, bro. Give me that shit. Absolutely. Give me that shit. Streaming structured outputs is so fresh. Yeah, it was fresh in May, dude. Sorry. Nice use of Zod. We love it. Yeah. Okay, same stuff. Number of active applications built on the OpenAI API is 3 times what it was at Dev Day a year ago. Interesting. Rate limits, helpful. Images in O1. If you were here yesterday, Kevin was here. He saw. If you were here yesterday, I ran into this very problem when I had spent the morning getting my entire repo and all of the docs for the JS package I was using ready into a single text file so I could dump it at O1 and just let it cook. Turns out you can't upload text files, and you also can't paste large images on the OpenAI API. You know where you can do that, that has top performance on Aider leaderboard in combination with O1 Architect, chat.deepseek.com. Which very interestingly has Coder 2.5 up, but not listed as new, but DeepSeek 2.5 listed as new, and Coder 2.5 is not on Hugging Face, so I'm not sure what's going on. But whatever it is, I can paste fucking 11,000 characters into it. So all the details are up on the news, official news from OpenAI. Wow, amazing. Okay. Hey, nicely done. Nicely done. Bravo, Sam. Let's see. 25th. Okay, that's old news, right? 1 story old. Okay. So 1 distillation, caching, fine tuning to vision, and real time. Consider me underwhelmed so far, Sammy boy. Sorry. Okay. Function calling. Imagines AI enhanced classes. Oh, really? That would be a really cool thing. If we like had that, it would be wild to be able to use AI enhanced classes that weren't dumping every single thing that you saw into a data set for Sam to catch up to open source a couple years after the fact. Would it? See if I can find something that's totally unrelated to that. They have which part do they have listed? I thought they combined them both. They heard me, dude. Sam's after me. There we go. Yeah, it would be totally crazy if there was a thing that you could go to Walmart and buy the parts for like $20, and then it would be double crazy if all of the hardware instructions for how to put those together for $20 were open source. And it would also be crazy if you were to combine that open source library with another open source library that was able to force structured outputs in a way that's significantly more efficient than OpenAI. And it would also be even crazier if you wanted to wear like a weird kind of weird looking pack to like a Jetson or something like in your pocket, like a fucking weirdo, so that you could run a 1B model that was trained in the same manner as the $1 every 15 seconds model, and do it all for like $20 plus the cost of a Jetson. But you know, you can just go tell NVIDIA you're building a new AI fork of VS Code and get it for free, I'm sure. Shots fired. The bear guys are nice, okay? I just can't stop making that fucking joke. Okay, back to it. The demo imagines AI enhanced classes using a neat voiceover output format, which updates a display with a short string and specifies a longer string to be spoken out loud. Fantastic. Defining a schema for a full dashboard interface where different cards can represent charts or tables or rows. So now the tool can output a custom answer to a question with all the embedded charts and data. Hopefully the code will be published on GitHub after the talk. Defining a schema for a full... Okay. In theory, okay, well, I think, presuming that that schema is user defined, outline still wins. Sorry, guys. If, however, this schema is like inferred in some way, okay, I'll give it to you. Let me miss this so I don't miss more of chat. Sophisticated demo of a custom chat UI, custom tools built on top of function calling and structured output. I mean, shit's all cool. Don't get me wrong. Underlying implementation. Oh, this is like a longer thing, actually, so there might be some good shit to blatantly, rip off, be inspired by for some noble open source work. Combined both, it's more than prompting. A technique called... Yeah, sounds a lot like that, doesn't it? Yep. Yeah, take a little peek here. Did Mr. Fucking Jurgenoff figure this out even before May of last year? Recent control, yep. Yep. My favorite so far is the JSON array one, which guarantees that the response will be a valid JSON array. You know, GPT-4, that's like not even 4 turbo, by the way. Grammar builder by ooh, that's cool. Can generate gang, fuck yeah. Give me that shit. Give me that shit. Yoink. Alright, back to it. This technique is called token masking. Crazy. Okay, scroll down. Documentation for the new real-time API. Give me that. Where's my real-time? Fucker. He knows I'm talking shit. That's why he won't give it to me. Documentation. Where did it go? Where did it go? Low latency multimodal conversational experiences currently supports text and audio as both input and output, as well as function calling. I do like the interleaving there. That is handy. WebSockets also helpful. Get started quickly. Okay. Download and... Okay, so... Oh, but... So... Real-time API... has access to the real-time API, so I'm not sure... Will that be in /models? Maybe. I'm gonna check real quick. Hold, please. OpenAI API models input. You would think I would have that saved to pieces, but I don't. I'm a goober, and I want to look it up every time. Real-time API. API reference. Is it just the client? Can I like get a curl? Sound like a little. Give me a little curl. I just want to copy paste it, okay? I don't want to fucking think. Session conversation. Functions are passed as tools. Integration guide. Okay. Client events. Do I need to just like fucking fire this off and just see if it rejects me? Maybe. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening, dude? What did you write this fucking page in? Did you make the mistake I did and write it in Next.js? I learned that the hard way yesterday. Could be that my AMD card is extremely upset that I've been streaming too long too, so I might have to shut it down. But I need to finish my roast session before I do that. So, thank you, 75 eyeballs, by the way. That's pretty dope as fuck. 77. I retract my previous statement and make an even bigger thank you. That's pretty dope. What do I think of llama grammars? See, I am watching chat, Brad. I am now. What do I think of llama grammars? I mean, grammar is grammar, right? It is in the places where you can apply it, it's going to be useful. And then if you can't apply it in that place, then it won't be useful. They seem adequate to me. Don't get me wrong, I am not an expert on how to do constraint generation with GBNF grammars, though I'm sure I have convincingly bullshitted everybody that perhaps I am. I mean, as far as my understanding goes, I don't know what the difference between... I think I actually have some of them saved, because I have a buddy who's very... Yeah, there is someone I can think of that would be far more appropriate to have opinions on this, but I will attempt to also have opinions. Llama, CPP, GBNF grammars. Wonder if that'll just take me to GitHub. Yeah, baby. Okay. Woo! Right there. GBNF guide. Okay, so he kind of has his own... Okay. So it's like Llama CPP's implementation specifically. That's kind of the idea. BNF is a notation. GBNF. Okay, before going deeper. A small chess. Okay. Root specifies a pattern for the overall output. It must start with the characters 1, followed by a sequence. Number of characters that must match the move rule, followed by a space, followed by another move, and then a new line. Okay, like that makes sense to me. Move is an abstract representation, could be a pawn, non-terminal symbols, characters and character ranges. Okay, and then if we compare that to our generated grammar here, to first name. Okay, so roots. When I used it, it always did the right structure. It just hallucinated the content. checks out to me, right? The the uh, the grammar obviously is not supposed to necessarily improve the hallucination rates on the unconstrained token generation, which is why unconstrained token generation is bad, as we learned in some fucking thing. Yeah, unconstrained token decoding bad. So yeah, as far as I like, if you are constraining the grammar, it cannot generate tokens that are not within the grammar rules. So, regardless of sort of like what format of grammar, whether it's intrinsics or GBNF or what have you, it's going to do the same thing, presumably, right? But then all you have to do is manage the hallucinations, which you combine your grammar, your constrained generation with like your RAG grounding, and then you can avoid your hallucinations, and then over time, maybe like if you can get away with it, maybe like do some weird, like let's constrain a well no because you're if the content is more than one token or has an average number of tokens, then maybe you could even constrain it further so that like if there's some like number of tokens that's probably not the right content and then some number that is, then you can, zoom in a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's grammar do be grammar. It be grammaring. Watch out for invalid JSON due to token truncation. Doesn't 100% guarantee that you'll get back valid JSON. Always a chance the model will run out of tokens before it's managed to produce a completed JSON array. True. Grammar is considered entirely separate part of the model. Entirely separate part of the model. Yes, it is, right? Discard the incomplete object. iJSON, a streaming JSON parser to try. Oh, a streaming parser. That would be interesting. And yeah, this is what date is this? I don't fucking. Does it have a date on it? 2023 9/12. They're catching up. They're trying. They're hustling. Let's see. Back to the live blog. Let's see. If you force a model to output JSON fitting the grammar, you might end up with NNNN until it hits the maximum number of tokens. Sure. This is presumably the running out of tokens thing. They called it. I don't know if any of y'all have used Ubabooga or Automatic 1111. Everybody calls it CFG because that's what it's called. I'm just saying. Or it is not CFG and it is context having grammar. Combines regular expressions on a stack. What do you know? This is why it takes a little bit of time to build up the tree? Is that why? I thought it was different reasons, but I don't remember now. Short delay when the schema is first encountered. Right. Use tricks to implement mask by turning a schema into a regular expression. Okay, yeah. So exactly. This is precisely the issue that we identified earlier. The recursive schemas are what will fuck you up. Interesting. I wonder if I would be. You know what I might do sometime is I might go like repeatedly DM all of the people at .txt, and be like, hey, do you have any good solves for recursive output forcing? Considering that your entire company is built on doing just this, and you already figured out all of this stuff like a year ago, presumably. they might have something interesting to say. So hopefully I can like annoy them enough to where they will come tell me about it, I guess. And then I can put them on stream and then get more eyeballs, because then I'll have social validation, and that's what I crave. Trade-off here, short delay, internal evals. Far more accurate than prompting alone against... Really? Crazy how if you constrain the tokens the model can generate, it becomes more accurate at generating tokens. Wow. 100% on that eval. What was that other post that we saw earlier? Is evals are not your use case. Something like that, right? Somebody posted screen. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Good shit, guys. New real-time API from OpenAI is incredible. Actually calling the store. Amazing. Truly revolutionary. Let's see. Oh, it didn't actually update my title. My title is my title doesn't have the updated title that is the Great OpenAI Dev Day Social Media Scavenger Hunt and Accidental Roast of OpenAI. I was trying to be nice earlier, but I stopped being nice. And now I'm just like shit posting. So if you are a latecomer, then you missed the pivot into the darkness here. Fascinating. We are just really very impressed with these structured outputs, I tell you what. Announcing based on the top requests. Oh yeah. How did you make me already follow this, dude? For anyone building on our APIs, do I unfollow them? Do I? Should I do it? Should I? I'm doing it. Get wrecked. I do want to look though. Launching a bunch of new capabilities, the OpenAI platform. Yeah. One API on usage through preview. Okay. Now, I will also mention. Now I could use it with cursor. I don't know if you've tried doing that. It's a fucking mess. You should use Aider, and you should use aider.nvim if you are a true Chad. And cursor needs to tell me where they are keeping all of my fucking embeddings, because I want them. Because I will use them to steal their vectors, and that's it. Because the credit I will give them is that the interface for adding data is much more convenient than the one I currently have in NVim, but supposedly there's like a push or two coming in the next couple days that should fix that. Less than 0.5%. True. And if only they knew, man. If only they knew. No live streaming? Right here, baby. Right here, baby. I got you. Come through. Your demo crushed. I'm sure it was a very impressive demo. See, I wouldn't be shitting on this so much if I like got to see the cool shiny thing. Because the thing is, they have designed the cool shiny thing to be impressive, right? But you're not letting anybody see it except the like 500 people in that room that could all afford to live in San Francisco and pay $450 to come to your event. So, needless to say, I could make some speculations about the demographics of that crowd, and perhaps draw an additional conclusion that perhaps that is not really the demographic that really ought to be supported by these new technological innovations, primarily because they will be perfectly able to support themselves. Just saying. That said, you know what would be really cool if like some kid in a basement in Bangladesh who's like just getting used to like the idea of being able to train his own llama could like see the really cool shit and be very like, man, I should really like make a life-changing decision and try to really fucking go for this because this is cool as hell. It would be really cool if that was a thing that we could do because we did it last year and it was pretty great because like now 3 times more people are not just using your product but building with it and like learning shit. Just saying, might be something to think about. But who am I? I'm just some fucking idiot on the internet. So, what are you gonna do? Shout out Open Interpreter accessibility grants. Go openinterpreter.com. Fucking. If you're thinking about building something that could help somebody with a thing, go check it out. Just they will handle your compute and shit for you. My dev day thread again. Let's see. Q&A. Okay, so we're still there. Let's give this a little refresh, Mr. Alex. See what you got. You can go from voice to voice without a step through it in text. Correct. That is how that works. Alright. We need to go back to the live blog, I think. Didn't present any new features. They were all in the documentation already. Wild. Crazy. But it brings a lot. Does it? Does it? This would be the opportune time to like take that thing earlier and dump it into Claude and just watch 4.0 get blown the fuck out. But I don't know. I'm kind of tired. So I am not going to do that. I'm just going to keep reading the thing. And see if there's anything I missed. Because it's kind of seeming like I didn't miss anything except this. This should allow you to do distillation end-to-end on the OpenAI platform. Okay. Is this, like, why is this just a distillation tool? Evals suck and are hot garbage. If you have improved on them, you should, like, you know, make them suck less instead of whatever it is you're doing here, in theory. Example code console. Let me check the fucking. Oh god, my poor AMD GPU. Yeah. I will star you, but only because I need to keep track of you. Okay. Don't be getting a big head here. Real-time client. Front end quick start. We do not recommend this. Okay, well maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe after we finish the grand roast of Mr. Sam, we will grab some of these real-time clients. See if the API keys are enabled yet for me, because they might not be. But we'll see. And maybe play around with some of this shit, right? Because I can do that after I eat lunch, so I won't be tired, and I won't have been talking for as long. So let's see. Tools. This will be fun, though. This will be good. Voice-to-voice with tools, like, you know, as much flack as I have given you, Sam, you have put it all in a nice, tidy little bundle, and also, for better or worse, managed to provide something of an industry standard format for how to send data back and forth into these things. So, kudos, honestly. But stop RLHFing your models into oblivion and making them really stupid. I don't know if I might just be spoiled by Claude at this point, but going back to 01 because going back to 4.0 because I swapped my sub back because I wanted to play with 01 preview without it costing $3 every time. But yeah, going back to that platform after having left it is extremely underwhelming. If it weren't for the juicy O1, I would definitely have like just immediately recanceled. In fact, I did. I'm gonna go back to Claude next month, but I need to use my 30 days first. Using the Python library, you can set up. Is this the caching? Store true. Yeah, yeah. Okay. New UI. Do I have any like shitty completions in here? Hopefully not. Okay. I didn't really use those anyway. Use the playground too much anyway. Then in the new evaluations, create interface. Oh, this is the evals. Yeah, I want to see these. Are these any good? Fine, Sam. I didn't want to see them anyway. I bet they suck. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Where's she? Now demonstration. Fine-tuning UI. Fine-tuned 4.0 mini model on that data performs much better. Yep, that's how that works. Again, if you can throw excessive amounts of compute into the garbage, it is totally fine. Probably not. Comes down to task generality. Great use cases are tasks that cover a relatively narrow domain and have relatively low precision. I will. Okay. I'm gonna fucking toot my own horn here for a little bit. There is a Twitter reply of this precise nature of me telling you you don't need to fine-tune your model. You just need to fix your pipeline. Is this like my reposts? I don't know. Can I do my like replies or whatever? Or that's going to show me all of the reposts too. And I couldn't sleep last night, so I posted at like freaking 5 in the morning. Anyway, I don't want to fucking. And I already tweeted this far before Dev Day. Thank you very much. Hours. So now we even have distillation. So yeah, the thought, the general sentiment is, you don't need to fine tune. At most, you probably need a LoRa. Like if you even need that, but what you actually probably need is like a better rag, a little bit more, like maybe some grammar constraints. Maybe if you want to get real wild and crazy, something like L or DSPy, so you can kind of like get close to fine tuning, and then you can try a LoRa or a Q LoRa, and then if it still doesn't work, then you can fine tune. Those are the rules. I made them. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't make them. I just enforced them. That's all. I'm just kidding. I made them too. But now, distillation. The question is, do we distill before we fine tune, or do we fine tune before we distill? I think we distill before we fine tune because I have a vague recollection that the ML chads that I know think distillation is cool, and I don't have any opinions of my own, so I will just regurgitate those. High precision but narrow generality. There's a lot of forms. Yes, the idea being you will either need a fine tune, or the fine tune won't be enough because what you actually need is a new tokenizer because the domain specific niche that you are targeting has too much jargon for a general tokenizer to work properly. See Galactica. So you either like the window for when you actually need to fine tune is very, very small in my opinion. But that window consists primarily of small models in domains that have just enough jargon to where they are fucking up a little too much, but not so much to where the available tokens make them like start spitting out nonsense way too much. That is like the little slice where you need to fine tune. Tasks with broad generality and a high need for precision are a poor fit for distillation. Broad generality, high need for precision. A full-powered large model. Sam, are you telling me I need to fine-tune 4.0 if there's a task with broad generality and a high need for precision? Because I know you do love to throw compute into the garbage, but when you are charging me for that, this I take less kindly to. Unevenly distributed for biased data points. Yes, true. So cache your prompts and notify your users and allow them to opt in or out of caching of their interactions with your models, and collect that data and then synthesize data on top of that in order to generate not a fine-tuning dataset, but a RAG grounding dataset to guardrail against of the hallucinations that your users are actively telling you they actually don't like, because it's more than likely that your users actually don't care at all about this problem that you think they care about, unless they have specifically told you very loudly. Food for thought, I guess, from somebody who doesn't really have like a product in production anyway. So again, talking out my ass. It's fine. It's all good. That's the theme of today. Strategically, yeah, you know, very insightful, Simon. I tend to agree. I tend to agree. In fact, shout out DSPy. Not just much easier. Drop in any model. If you build your pipeline, I think DSPy 2 is actually coming out very soon as well. Where you describe more or less like the function signature and then like a thing to optimize for, and you will get the same effective exact prompt translated over to any model that you slot into that pipeline. So like that's like the heavy duty, like, okay, I have done all of my requisite homework and I have prompted and ragged and structured outputted and did some chain of thought or validation or whatever the fuck else you're gonna do, and then that's the heavy duty part that you can go to after you're done with those, and it will not lock you into anything, and it is from our friend Omar over at Stanford, and it's very good. Go try it. It's a little bit clunky to like learn and read and stuff, though. You do have to like do some reading. Which, if you would prefer to throw money at your problem instead of reading about it, that is a perfectly fine reason to do that. Which is a valid thing to do. I respect it, as long as you are aware that you're doing it. Collection of many different, distillation's interesting here. What is actually the thing, I think, is something like Martian or Lorax, where you have a large collection of LoRa's, which I guess if you're not familiar, it's like diet fine tuning basically, and you just take like 50 of those and maybe 2 or 3 different models that are kind of oriented around your task, and then you take your model that is the person and you put the right hat on it, and then it goes out and does the thing because it has the right hat on, and that's what you do. But you could of course like distill GPT 4.0 if you really wanted to, I guess. Also, Martian and Lorax are both open source. We'll happily shill that shit real quick. Since I have my whole 81 eyeballs, I gotta tell you about all the cool open source stuff. Martian router LLM. Are they actually open source? Let me double check. 9 million in funding. Nice job, guys. GitHub, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, but do they not? Maybe the router itself is not. I don't know. Whatever. Martian, go take a look. Little router. And then I want to say it's called LoRaLand is the way I know how to get to it. Credibase LoRaLand. Which is powered by open source Lorax, because I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, Credibase, I think they even sponsored one of my hackathons one time. I think it was the first one, actually. I was thinking it was the last year's Dev Day, I think they were in. So, absolute chads. Go buy their product. Ludwig? Why do I not? That's fucking weird. Okay. Apparently that's what it's called. Fine. Yep. So we have a little config, supervised ML, blah, 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 blah. Minimal. Okay, this used to be called Lorax. There's probably another repo called Lorax, but these are the things that you do after you have sufficiently fixed your pipeline that sucks. I'm kidding. Your pipeline is probably fine. There's just, I don't know. We're shots fired today. That's what we're doing. Upgraded this live blog and no longer multimodal. Okay, I have to get through 20 more minutes and then maybe I can eat lunch or something. Real-time API. Building. Whisper. There is a new Whisper that they haven't like been making noise about. That's like actually the coolest thing. Real-time API. Sure. True. I'm trying to think of like what open source. Like we have Chameleon, but I don't know if anybody's really done the like interleaving with text and audio yet. I don't know. I haven't looked though, so I just assume things don't exist if I haven't seen them because I've seen all the things. First, a demo of the app built the old way, the ancient way, from the ancient times. Oh, I should like clear this little thingy, presumably. Just because I don't have very much. I don't know. Do people care? I don't know. Somebody will yell at me if they actually care. Children, we will. It's just, yeah. There we go. Real-time API, new endpoint, WebSockets. Yeah. So maybe we'll chuck some shit at that later and see if it bounces off or if I get to play with it. Not recommended. True. Interruptions. Handy. Those are a pain in the ass to make, so sure. Absolutely. Possible to connect to the API and implement full voice. See, this is the thing. What I will give them credit for is not necessarily like, I'll give them credit for the initial sort of innovations, popularizations, but really this was the same thing too. It wasn't the models. It's never been the models. It's been the UX and the DevX, right? Like, people fucking love ChatGPT because it was fun to use. And like all of this shit has existed for quite a long time. They just have more H100s than everybody else and some pretty cracked API designers, right? Which is like, okay, like you win with that. I respect that you win with that. But like, you know, don't the Messiah complex and AGI and all that. I don't fucking know. I mean, it's a little over the top. That's all I'm saying. And you wanted to charge me $450 in a plane ticket to tell me about all this. This is a very cool demo. Agree. And a neat little show moons tool. Hell yeah. So simonwillison.net, the OpenAI Dev Day 2024 blog. If you aren't familiar with Simon Willison, go check him out, presumably. He's a cool dude. I do want to go make lunch, so I will shut it off here and then perhaps be back a little later on. And maybe do, on one hand, we could do more OpenAI stuff. On the other hand, Hacktoberfest starts today, which we will, since I have at least 81 people who have scrolled past this stream, perhaps 3 or 4 of them are still watching, and I will say, Hacktoberfest, go do this. And the thing you should do is not generate a bunch of shitty PRs that you can't read with O1 Preview and Claude Sonnet. But the thing you should do is, especially if you're not like a code person, is have them help you understand what other people are doing and then try to start playing with doing that yourself. And then ask them a lot of questions, and then I'll also tell them to give you the log probs, or where your PTSD will be triggered, or something. Register and start contributing. So yeah, cool open source stuff. We just went through fucking 20 repos. Some of them even have bounties, so you can get paid to go do this. You can also use models to assist you to do this. You could even build yourself a little cool real-time TTS thing and like speak your computer into giving you money by helping out a noble cause of open source. And we will go just do a quick rundown of the other stuff so far, which is ludwig.ai, but redirects to Loreland, which is something that you should check out. This looks like a little more extensive. I don't know. It's in some way connected. Predabase, dope, cool people. Go play with this, especially if you are using a non-GPT model or a base model response fine-tune. Oh, so they're locked to Mistral 7B. I don't know. Go play with this. Just go do it, and then consider the implications. With Martian.com. Plenty of open source stuff here. I wonder if anybody's got like open issues. Because if they do, Hacktoberfest, go fix them. Just a couple PRs. Anything cool? Refactor. Prompt caching based. Based hardware, OMI. Previously, Friend. There is also another AI wearable that is also called Friend. Not that one. The one we were talking about today is the OMI post rebrand, and the OMI is a hardware wearable that you can build yourself for a very cheap amount of money, or you can buy it. And honestly, I think buying it's only like $30 too. Yeah, $50 for the dev kit. And then OpenGlass, you can also, I think you can you find, is it split still? Yeah. OpenGlass instructions to build. Yes, it kind of looks a little bit clunky. They're currently partnering with a much sleeker form factor, but here is all the requirements. Just build the shit, ask GPT how to do it, figure it out, and then be like, wow, the imagined glasses that were totally imaginary are actually just a thing I have on my face that I did for really cheap. But if you want, like, join the waitlist if you want, like, the super slick. That looks like a fucking DBZ Scouter. That's hot. I love that. Cool paper from our friends XJDR about how to strawberry. Maybe this is a thing that's for Basement AGI Club, which is a thing that I am trying to do every Sunday now, which is where I grab all the ML people I can find, and we try to, thus far, we have just, like, discussed how we're going to try and implement papers, but the idea is to try and, like, take a crack at implementing a paper that doesn't have a good one, or like run an implementation that's pretty like AGIE, I guess. Come through Discord, link in bio, I think, unless I moved it. I don't know. Fucking DM me or something if you want to come. And can't find it. This is hot and dope as fuck. Check it out. And then all of our friends who are at Div Day who provided us this wonderful, highly comedic material to riff on. Oh, I don't think I checked this. Really quick. Any timeline? Okay, so is this just another OpenAI like product, or do they have a repo or anything? Looks like no repo to me, so that's fine. Probably pretty cool though. I don't know. We're wrapping up here. I will go. Actually, I will go. Fucking what is it? Live pipe. What was it called? Live pipe. I don't know if I can remember. Which is tragic because absolute legend. Screen pipe. Screen pipe. I'm gonna go pull this repo back up. Screen pipe. Actually, I'll pull their landing page because it's hot. Screen pipe. Hey, I heard that you liked Rewind AI, so we took Rewind AI and we presumably rebuilt it in Rust because Lewis is an absolute legend when it comes to rebuilding shit in Rust. And you can run it locally and not have to like pay us $1 bazillion every month, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it, and it's #1 trending on Hacker News, so go check that shit out. I'm gonna take partial credit for that because I've been shilling that shit since the second I saw it. Also go follow Lewis and Matt and the whole team because I'm sure they will be shipping non-stop heaters as they have been doing thus far. OpenAI real-time API, thank you for your assistance with the coverage, Mr. Dobos. A couple of cool open source things from OpenAI worth playing with. Go check them out. If you don't know how to do it, ask GPT. That's what he's there for. Altera was a random little cool thing. I don't know what that is. They linked it on the OpenAI website, so presumably they have enough publicity already. Go check out Alex's list. There are probably some very good people to follow on it. I don't know whether or not I'm on it. I don't know whether you can find the... Can you see lists that you're on? I don't fucking know. Whatever. Anyway, Thursday AI with Alex. Very good show. Go check it out. And check this list and everybody in it. They're all very cool. Hey! We have already shipped a Rust backend, baby. Gang shit, love it. Here, let's give you a fucking star. See if you got any issues up. No, okay. Of course not. You probably shipped it like 5 minutes ago. If you need a Dev Day recap, here's one. Here's the other. I think with these two, you can managed to muddle through despite not being privileged enough to be attending the event yourself, which, don't worry, most of us are. Grammar, it's cool. Look at it. I don't know. If you don't know how grammars work, I don't either, so fucking go play with them and come tell me. So I can give you stars for shit. TypeScript to generate the grammars. Hey, that could be fun. Fuck it. Go play with it. SimonWilson.net. We already covered this. Platform.openai.com. It's just this like tiny little website. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I don't really know what it does yet. But maybe it's got something worth checking out in it. Real-time API beta. So these are probably worth playing with. Should be fun. Random article, I think. Greg, always covering the fucking hot AI news. High quality, solid opinions. Follow this man as well. That is the OpenAI platform, and then that is me saying that Elon Musk should probably fix his fucking search so that I wouldn't have to manually find all this stuff. But I'm actually happy that he has fired all his engineers and broke his entire platform, because then I got to go through a list of all of my friends and see what they said about the thing, and then say stuff as well. So, to my friends who have been viewing thus far, and Kevin, I will never forgive myself for not responding to your earlier comments, but thanks for chipping in. Brad, and anybody else who gave me your extremely valuable eyeballs this afternoon. Go contribute to open source projects, and don't pay Sam any more money than you absolutely have to. I'm sure he's a good dude, but he's got plenty of money, so I'm not worried about him for a while. But if you're at Dev Day, have fun. If you're not at